Good afternoon, crafters. Today I'm going to show you how to use Cricut's perforated blade to make a coupon book. For those unfamiliar with this tool, it is part of the quick swap tools for the Cricut Maker. My coupon book will be Father's Day themed, but you can use this technique for birthday parties, raffles, or sky's the limit. Before we jump in, I want to let you guys know that this is going to be a two-part tutorial. Part 1 is all about setting up your project in Cricut Design Space. The second video will be all about assembling your coupon book. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is create a new project. This is going to give you a blank canvas to get started. There are a couple of images from Cricut Design Space that we are using in this design, so we want to go ahead and pull those down. And with over 100,000 fonts, we definitely are very thankful for this search feature. It really does help us out. So the first one I'm going to grab is the Father's Day banner. And the one that I use here is this one here, but you can see there's a lot of different options if you want to use that. Now you can click Insert Image once you have that, or you can search for your next image, and at the bottom of the screen you'll see that it keeps my other ones saved. And so the next one I use is Free Admission. And I will have a list of all of the materials that I use in this tutorial at the bottom of the screen, or sorry, not at the bottom of the screen, and the notes section, just to make it a little bit easier for you. Once you have that, go ahead and hit Insert Images. Now if you keep both of these selected anytime you move them, you're going to move everything together, so make sure you click out of there. Save yourself some frustration. Grab that Father's Day one and let's move it out of our way because we're not going to be using it. Now, this is a layered image and I don't want to use the top 3 in any way. So I'm going to actually click on them and I'm just going to delete them. I'm going to get them out of my way. Now, before I delete the gray one, I wanted to show you what it looked like. So if you choose, you can actually do that one as well. I'm sorry, I hid the wrong one. All right, so you'll see here that it's just a slightly more decorative in the 2 corners here. I personally, for Father's Day, wanted to go with simplified. So I'm actually going to delete the gray and I'm going to show the free admission top one. So using offset, you can create an outline which will be creating your front and your back cover. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And you can click and drag this. You can kind of see that light blue outline shows you about where it is. I personally think between 0.10 and 0.15 is a really good outline for a book. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now before you hit apply, instead of having these easily round corners, I actually want to sharpen those up because I want it to be directly a part of my coupon book. So I'm going to make those a nice 90-degree angles on those corners and then click apply. Once that is applied, you'll see that you now have the basic cut, which is your back. This purple is going to be your inside. So I'm going to grab the purple and I'm going to kind of drag it off to the side. Now I'm going to go ahead and create another one of these because now I've got my front and I've got my back and I've got my center. So I'm going to start with designing the front of the coupon book. So I'm going to come over here to text and I'm going to go ahead and type in coupon book. Now, I personally am not a huge fan of tiny letters and trying to get them on, and so I want to simplify that as much as possible for myself. Now, so you can just leave it just like this, have it cut out each individual letter, and then you can glue each one of those individual letters on. But again, like I said, I personally like to simplify. So one of the things you can do from here to help make sure you're centered, if you're worried about not quite having it eyeballed enough, you can actually use all of these different alignment features that Cricut provides for you. So I want to center horizontally, and you'll see that it moved. And so that's a really good tool to be able to get everything nice and centered for you. Then from here, like I said, I don't really love cutting, or I should say putting little letters on. So I'm going to use the slice feature. And what that provides me is the ability to take this, and now you'll see that I can delete this little guy here and delete that little one there. And now the only thing that I have to glue on is these little tiny O's, which is a lot simpler for me personally to be able to glue those on. Now you will need to create a backing for this. You can copy and paste this back and have a full large one, or I find it much more simple to, I hit text instead, I apologize, is to come down here to shapes and just do a little square unclick the little thing, the lock key down here, and then I just stretch it out to cover it. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to kind of get it in there. Now, if you want, you could type something like "We love you" in there and have Cricut write on it. I personally am, I guess, more lazy than that. I don't do that. I will cover the whole thing though, so it looks a little bit more intentional, even though honestly you won't see this from the front of the coupon book. So once I have that, and so you guys can see what it'll look like, is it'll look just like that from behind. And so if I change this color to make it be a little bit more vibrant, a little bit easier for you guys to see, you can see right there where you can actually see a little bit better about what's behind. So the other thing that I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to then go ahead and create holes in here. So in order to create holes, that can be a little bit tricky, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it using this. Now, if you have something like a big shot or a big bite, or I think that's what they're called, one of those very thick, a leather, hole punch, any of those will work, because what you want to do is be able to take all your papers and put them together to be able to do the hole punch. But I'm going to show you how to do that in Cricut, using your Cricut. So you want to go ahead and create a circle. Now, a 1/8 hole punch is equivalent to a 0.125. And so I can come down here and I can just change either the height or the width. Honestly, it doesn't matter because I've got this locked where it's the same, and I can do 0.125 in each of them. And then I just need to pick kind of honestly where I want it. And this is aesthetic. So this is really dependent on you, on where you're going to want to do it. If you're using something like grommets to put it together, you might want to do 3. In the end, it's really up to you as the designer. So pick kind of where you want. And then one of the things that I always do is I choose both of my circles, and you want to do that over in the right pane. And then what I want to do is make sure that I am aligning these horizontally, because I want them to match up. So I'm going to align them horizontally. Once I have them aligned horizontally, then I am able to do a little bit more play with this. And so if you've done like I just did and you created the front before you did it, there's a way to make it to where it matches up. And so what you can do now is you can take your bottom and your top one, selecting them both on the side. You can come up here and you can do align and then do center. It's going to put those together. I'm going to move this off to the side because you're going to do nothing more with that. Select your circles again. Put your circles where you want them on. Oops, sorry, I accidentally deselected them. Move your circles up to where you want them on your coupon book. At this time, you can also move the purple one over. Again, select the top ones, align, make sure you hit center. Everything's nice and centered. Now for this, because of what I want to view, I'm going to move that center to the top because it's going to be my smallest one. Actually, I'm going to move them right below my circles. So right now my circles are really close to the edge of that purple. Too close, actually. So I'm going to move them in a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do a Control-C and a Control-V. That is going to copy over what I have there. Now, what I can do is I can align these to being exactly where I want them to be. Now, if you take a look at the positioning of the first ones that you had, you can actually write down the positions off to the side, and that's going to help you with moving your next ones over. And so the position is 1.211 and 3.839. I write it down because I don't have that great of a memory, and so I write it down. But then once I have it, then I can come in here and just type 1.211. And then I can change this to 3.839. And that makes it to where it aligns on those perfectly. Now I have 3 layers, so I'm going to actually want to do that one more time. So I'm going to select the 2, hit Control-C, Control-V. Now the nice thing is I already have these written down, so I can type 1.211. And I can type in 3.839. It aligns them perfectly to where I want to be. Now I'm going to keep these 2 highlighted, and I'm going to choose free admission, and I'm going to go ahead and click attach. Once those are attached, I'm going to move this one out of my way. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click the top two. I'm going to come down and I'm going to click my title one I have. I'm going to click attach. And then I'm going to move that out of my way. Now, because of the colors I've chosen, the black is really, really hard to see. And so choosing a lighter color for these might be of good interest. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So then you can easily see the circles and it's not something you're wondering kind of what happened. Now do the same thing with your final one. Go ahead and click attach. Attaching just means that it'll do the cuts at the same time on the same canvas. So again, I'm going to change this to a light blue so you can see it. This is my back cover and it is done. Now let's go back to this front cover because I'm not quite done with it. So on the front cover, there's a few things that I'm going to want to do. One, this Father's Day banner will go on there. So for the Father's Day banner, I'm going to resize it and I'm going to go ahead and right click and I'm going to move it forward. Still not there, so I'm going to actually do send to the front so it goes all the way to the top. I'm going to put this kind of ish where I want it. Again, I'm going to use the offset tool. I can somewhat see an outline of there. If I don't quite like what I'm seeing, I can increase it. Give it a quick second. Check out what it looks like with rounded corners. Again, this is another one. I really like those sharp corners, so I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. Now these are both cuts. This is going to be the top of my coupon book. And again, I want to make sure I'm centered, so I'm going to select it all. And then I'm going to come over here, I'm going to do a line. And then instead of center here, because I don't want it centered that way, what I want it centered is horizontally. So I'm going to click horizontal and it moved just slightly. Now with putting in a perforation here, a score line here is what we're going to do next because this is the front cover. We don't want to rip it off. We're going to go shapes, we're going to go score line. Provides this nice large score line here. I keep it on the nice large to start with. And I want to align it right up against those edges there. This one actually just happened to be the right size, but you can adjust it small or large. Make sure it says score. And then again, I'm going to select just those top bottom ones and I'm going to click, you have to hit detach first, sorry. And then you have to click on attach again. Make sure you select your little circles too, so kind of do that. And then click attach. It automatically brings it to the top. Your Father's Day banner isn't gone. Just click on this and say send to back. Your Father's Day banner is back where you want it to be. And then you can take a look at these two images here and say, okay, is it really where I want it to be, or do I want to shrink it to make it look a little bit more of what I want? Or again, use a different design if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. Once you have that kind of where you want it, you are now done with your title. Over here again, what I did was a score line. This is going to allow the front cover to fold nice and easy. So now let's go ahead and move over to doing the inside. Now on this one, to save yourself a little bit of time, you can go ahead and click detach now. Just be cautious when you're moving things around that you keep those holes where they are. It can cause you some issues later. So if you think you're going to do it, leave it attached until you're ready. All right, so now for this one, again, I don't love not writing on things. I really like Cricut's ability to write. And so in order to be able to see everything, you want to unclick only current fonts. And then I use Brandon. So I'm just going to search my font base here. I'm going to find Brandon. And then this coupon is good for. I'm going to go ahead and readjust here. Now, one thing I don't like about the line is it's just too thin. And so I actually use a square shape tool. Now this one, I'm going to come up here to where it says operation, and I'm going to do pen, because that's what I want it to do. I'm going to unlock it, and then I'm going to honestly just make a really thin line really close together. And then I'm going to take that and bring it down here. You'll see, kind of gone a little too far there. So I'm going to want to bring it in a little bit. And then I'm going to move it over just a hair. Now I can, if I want to, go ahead and do, again, go to that align and then center horizontally. And that's going to get it nice and centered. Now these are the ones that I want to be able to tear off. So I'm going to come back to the shape tool. I'm going to hit the score line again. And I'm going to move this score line where I want it to be, which again is lining up for me right to those squares. If you can't quite see the corners there, you can zoom in and get yourself nice and aligned. And then shrink that down to where it's kind of right in where you want it to be. Just like that. Now, instead of leaving it as score line, because again, I want to be able to rip this off, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change this to perforated. So with all of that selected, I'm going to now select this entire thing and I'm going to hit detach. I'm going to then select it again and I'm going to click attach. That allows it to where, playing with this stuff, I don't accidentally move the purple and move those circles, because those circles are really important on where they are for being able to assemble later. At this time, you are ready to cut your coupon book. For this one here, before you cut, you can, and let's say you want to have 5 different things you want to give a coupon book for. You can hit Control-C, Control-V, and do that 5 different times. And now you're printing 5 different coupons. So that's what I use to be able to increase them. The other thing I will say is if you want to, you can actually type in exactly what the coupon is for and have either the Cricut write it or create fun designs on the inside of it. It's really up to you. My kids are old enough that they're able to write, so I want them to be able to write their own handwriting, what they're willing to give their dad. So that's the reason why I created it this way. So from there, you can just click on Make It. Actually, one thing I did forget to tell you guys, before you actually click Make It, I'm going to hit Cancel here. Make sure you save your projects. In fact, I would recommend you save often on these. And so for me, I'm going to save this as Father's Day Tutorial. And then you can add it to a collection if you have that ability. And these ones, I don't actually have coupon book here, so I'm just going to click Save. I can also create a new collection if you want. And then go ahead and click Make It. And then once you see, you can look through and make sure these are kind of where you want them to be. The other thing you can check is sizing. If you're not loving the sizing, you can resize your project if you want to make it bigger or smaller, depending on what you want. Once you like what you're seeing, you can go ahead and click on Continue. And you can set your material on what you'll be working with. From this point, we'll go ahead and jump into tutorial 2.